Welcome to the Connection Show. I am your host, Kamal Imani, and I am here with some beautiful and intelligent best-selling authors, Shannon Bellamy and Ericka M. Williams. How y'all doing?
Good, thank you.
That's good. I don't know who we should start with. It's hard. We all go back, so this is really a fun interview for me, and it's coming from the heart. You know, I'm glad to see all of us, you know, who have grown up somewhat in Teaneck in the New Jersey area, just keep rising to the top, and you're both inspiring me with your great marketing skills and promotional materials, you know, and I'm just overwhelmed, you know. So I don't even know what to say right now, so I'm going to let y'all do some talking. We'll start with Ericka. So what's going on, Ericka?
I'm happy to be here this evening. I'm sharing this time with Shannon, and we're both promoting her book has been released already. Mine is upcoming. So we're going to talk about the issues that we've dealt with and what has brought us to become authors and the topics of our books.
Okay, and what's the name of your book, your latest book?
My latest book is A Woman Scorned, and it'll be out November 23rd.
Okay, and I guess you could tell us a little bit about it before we go to Shannon.
Okay. A Woman Scorned is about a middle-class woman. She's in her early 30s. She's married. At the book's opening, she's pregnant, and she's, you know, looking forward to having this child because she miscarried twice already. And her husband, she's had some problems with domestic issues with, you know, with him physically abusing her early in their marriage. And the pregnancy is giving her the idea that things are going to be fine. He's telling her that he's, you know, going to treat her better. And she finds out that he's cheating again for, you know, another time. And this time she just snaps. She can't take it. You know, it's just been a multitude of things. From her past, she was abused as a child. So, you know, she really looked for her husband to be the savior, like a lot of women do. She expected him to, you know, heal all her inner wounds, her emotional wounds. And when this disappointment comes, this is more than she can take. So she snaps and she starts to react, and not only to him, but to other men.
Wow, that's deep. That brings up a lot of things in my mind. And it seems like at one point, it seems like, oh, well, that's entertaining. But then on a whole nother level, it's very real and very serious, you know. And it brings to mind that, you know, we should definitely not only look to someone else on the outside to heal us, but we should be our first healers.
Definitely.
You know, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, that's the point is, you know, when no one else loves you, you have to love yourself.
That's right.
And, you know, we crimes of passion have happened forever. You know, when you put your feelings into something or someone and you rely on them for your well-being, we're all human. No one can, you know, keep your sanity or your stability if you don't have it yourself.
Right.
So when she loses that and she starts to do a lot of violent things, you know, she's looking for love, but she in turn turns the love turns to rage. You know, what the love that she is yearning for becomes a rage in her, and she just wants to take it out on all men.
That kind of reminds me of something else, a movie I know about. But, I mean, I don't want to compare because it's not. But I'll just say Gold Digger Killer. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You know,
it is similar.
yeah,
It's similar.
Yeah. It just reminds me a little bit of that. But I know it's totally different in terms of the whole story, you know.
Well, I was pregnant when I first got the idea, and I was very emotional when I was pregnant.
Wow.
You know, and like most women, and I was going through so many ups and downs, you know, and we may think one way, but to act it out is something different.
Right.
But I think we've all thought about getting back at people who have hurt us. You know, we all, it's just a natural feeling because someone betrayed you, you want to get back at them.
But see, that's what most men don't understand either. Men have to understand that, you know, first of all, you're supposed to protect and respect and elevate your woman, you know, in normal times. But now when she's pregnant, you know, she really needs you.
Right.
You know, and that's when, brothers, you got to be there for your woman. You can't leave and say, oh, she's bugging, she's flipping. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there now more than ever. You know, and then when the baby's born, you definitely can't run. You know, just because something's going wrong in your life, your money's short or whatever, you can't run. All right, Shannon, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, what's the name of your book?
Name of my book is Pimps in the Pulpit. My book is nonfiction. It is a true story about a church in which I was attending for 3 years and the relationship that I was manipulated into by my pastor, who was my counselor. It talks about how I became vulnerable, what was going on in my life during that time that allowed me to have all my guards down, allow him to get in, and allow him to manipulate me to the point where I believed and trusted on his every word. And anything that he said, I believed it. He convinced me to divorce my husband, to abort my baby. He convinced me to have over $20,000 in cosmetic surgery. This was with a pastor. And the course of the relationship, after reporting it to the bishop, the first initial incident as being somewhat of assault, to him turning it around and convincing me that it was what was good for me and that he was good for me and that he asked God for me, and how he used the story of the Bible to justify what he was doing, and how I totally bought it, hook, line, and sink. And I go through the course of the relationship, the happy times, the sad times, eventually falling in love with him, and the relationship as, you know, in its entirety, and then how it ended. You know, what happened once it ended, who ended it, and where I'm at now spiritually, you know, am I whole? So it takes people on a journey, and also helps women to realize that it's when you have a pastor or a parishioner or a counselor or a counselee, it's never an affair and it's never consensual. In 42 states, it's actually a felony. So I'm exposing the fact that a lot of pastors are manipulating women into their congregation, into these sexual relationships, and that it is a crime, it's a felony. And you think that because you get to the place where you allow him to have sex with you, that it's consensual, but it's not, because there's an imbalance of power. And I'm here to empower women and show them that it's not consensual, that it's not an affair, but there is an imbalance of power, and they are accountable for it. And I take them on a place of healing.
No, right. Now, playing devil's advocate,
Yes.
Some may say that, you know, you're an intelligent woman, and, you know, and you're sophisticated and educated, you know, so, you know, I don't believe that. Like,
One would say that. One would say that, seeing me and knowing me now. That's why, you know, very, you know, interestingly enough, like right in the beginning of the book, I actually have a picture that I took. This was at that time. This woman right here is not the woman before you. She does not exist anymore. She had went through a very caustic divorce, lost custody of her children, her daughters, in a very nasty custody battle. An ex-husband who told the judge that he wanted half of everything she had. So you had somebody who ran away from everything they knew. I lived 3 hours away from everything I know. You know, I'm from Teaneck. I lived 3 hours away because I was trying to get away from this life. You know, it talks about meeting a man, thinking he's the man of my dreams, and everything's perfect, marrying him. A week later, he's in another country, just to find out the marriage was a scam. So that woman is who went through the situation with the pastor. That is not who I am today.